welcome to my multidimensional living room. I'm going to be making another energy painting, which means that I'll be tuning into the energy field of people watching this video across time and space. If something speaks to me, I'm going to paint it. If something speaks to you, if it helps you orient yourself, navigate your life, love yourself a little bit more, then that's great. And if it doesn't, then it's for somebody else or from somebody else. These readings tend to be a little bit more abstract. So the way I deliver information is not necessarily always going to be presented in a way that it makes sense. Some things might make sense and some things might remain abstract, and it's up to you to try to see if it makes sense to you. In other words, I encourage you to listen to your intuition and use your discernment, and don't listen only with your ears and only with your eyes. Listen your body, or with your body, to your body. Listen with your whole body. Yeah. So let's begin. I've already started. I've already started, but then I realized that I don't really have everything around me that I need, so I have to interrupt the process and start all over again. So I do have one paintbrush with water on the canvas already, but now I'm gonna add color. I would normally put paint directly onto the canvas, but I feel like I need to start this way. Do I fear? I wanted to say I feel, but before I wanted to say I feel, I wanted to say I hear, and then fear came into being. I don't feel fear. I hear the word structure. And there might be some fear around the structure, because the structure might be changing. Structure of your life, structure of your... What structure is changing? Okay, I get a sense that you're building a structure of some sort, but that structure is nothing that you have been building for yourself up until now. I get a strong sense of you wishing that this happened 5 years ago. I'm kind of on board with that, because I do wish that I had this channel 5 years ago, but that was not possible. And I get a sense that you know that whatever you are building now that you wish that you had back in the days, when you wish that you had them, it's clear to you that it just wasn't viable back then. And there is this fear that because you are building it now, that you are too late. That you are behind, and you're not. Because I get that this structure is kind of like put in place by so many other people already. You've seen you've seen this structure being implemented. Why is my voice changing? Hold on. Oh, I just noticed that my cup is the same color. You've seen the same structure being implemented by many others in the past already, so it's nothing new on the planet, but it's new for you. And because it's new, it also comes with a level of fear. The fears that are evoked while being in the process of building the structure for yourself are possibly maybe coming from previous wounds. So you might want to look into this, or it might be just a residual of already healing that wounds before. And here I'm getting the witch wound, the father wound, the mother wound. I'm hearing that something is being outside of the norm. Oh, okay. I'm also getting some interest in something that appears to be somehow dark, but it makes sense to you. There are some topics that might be interesting to you at this point in time as you're building your structure that might add to the quality of your building blocks. Or if it doesn't add to the quality of the building blocks, it adds to the serenity within you, because it allows you to it's not connect the dots, but to fill in the gaps in the understanding of the world as you know it. Seems like you're informing yourself or educating yourself, or you're getting into a field of interest, a topic that is particularly interesting to you now, that just helps you shape the picture of the world. And it adds to your serenity. This is not something that derails you, and it's not something that defines you, and it's not something that is directly tied to you. It's rather kind of like a background piece of information that just kind of completes the picture. In an indirect way, it supports you in where you're going and what you're doing and who you are, but as I said, in an indirect way. It's like a necessary course of some sort. It's like when you start a business sometimes, I don't know if that's everywhere all the time, but it's like when you start a business, you need to learn how to do taxes, or you need to educate yourself about laws. That's the type of an energy that I'm picking up on. It's like you have a job, let's say, for example, and then as a part of that job, you need to have a trip into another country to have a seminar about the topic that you're working in, but it just kind of like you have to do it, and it helps you gain a big picture, and it absolutely trains you to be better at your job. But that's not the reason why you're doing the job. That's kind of that's how I could explain it. All right. And my question to all of that is, why? What's the point? I have to open paint. Sorry. I will add, there you are, timestamps. So you have to watch me opening the tube. Oh, okay. I see. Whatever you are doing, did I mention already that this interest that you have is particularly dark? Because it comes to me very clearly now that the reason why you have this interest, why you have this necessary course, is so that you yourself come to your own terms and understanding of how important it is to be in the frequency of love. Did I say that correctly? Whatever you are doing that is based in love, whether you write poems or you sing, or you're an artist, or you're a teacher, or you collect post stamps, whatever you're doing that has nothing to do with darkness of any kind, you are strongly encouraged to keep doing it. And you need to come to your own terms of how valuable and necessary to the planet that is. I don't need to explain why, because why is already obvious. You don't even have to go that far to see why your gifts and talents and your work and your contribution that is rooted in love, universal love, is of utmost importance on the planet right now. And whatever you are learning right now, whatever you are going through right now, is contributing to your understanding and acceptance of the value that you provided through your work. If you wonder why only these colors and not any others, I only paint with red, blue, black and white. All other colors are around me. I sense the shift that happened or that will happen. Depends on where you are right now. But the shift that I'm talking about is the shift, it's quite a powerful shift of perspective and shift of awareness. So where do you stand? It's literally like nothing really dramatically big changed, but it is a dramatically big change. So I see you basically standing in one point and being focused in this direction, and then I see a piece of information that isn't just a piece of information, it's an energy. It's a energy that moved towards you to inform you about something. To some of you it might be like something that asks you, sit down, I have to tell you something. Or it did have such an impact on you that you felt like you need some time to process this. I don't see this as necessarily like shocking tower moment news, but it could be. Because I feel that energy lying on, like coming, like landing quite gently. But it isn't gentle only. However, whatever it is for you, that energy just, you were standing in this direction, now you're still standing on the same spot, you just moved in the other direction. And that shift of direction, I sense that it has to do with your healing and your process of expanding your awareness and consciousness, however that applies onto you. I get that previously you were in the standpoint where you were standing to heal in order to achieve something. There was this carrot on the stick in front of you where knowingly or unknowingly you were in this trajectory where you were healing in order to become successful. You were healing in order to heal a relationship or fix something. You were healing so that you can be capable of fill in the blank. But there was something that healing was done in order to fill in the blank. And now, as you shifted your perspective, position, direction, now you're healing in order to, you're still healing in order to, you're still healing in order to, but it's not in order to get, but in order to give. It's like you're healing in order to love. Or even if healing is something that you already consider complete, then everything that you've been through, you are repurposing this in order to protect others, in order to provide love, in order to be an example. And it changed how you vibrate. It's like, it's one of the subtle changes. It might be relevant also to the last video that I did. It's called Ultimate Liminality. I spoke about similar things, and that was the energy that I picked up of radical, subtle realization. Something that is really big, but it's also very subtle, because your position didn't change. It's not that you made few steps forward or left or right or up and down. Like, you're still standing where you're standing. It's just that you have different motives. Yeah. Previously, your healing was a little bit more self-contained. You were healing for yourself, and there was nothing wrong with it. You had to do it the way you did, and you had to go through it the way you did, because you can't really help others unless you first help yourself. At least in tarot, there is this message that you can learn through tarot, and that is that you have to be able to help yourself before you help other people, because you can't pour the cup if the cup is empty. That's something that I learned through tarot. And now your cup is full, and you can keep filling that cup, but you also have, yeah, that's the choice, I guess, the choice point that you have, knowingly or unknowingly. But it seems like it is a checkpoint where you have a right to decide, do you want to keep filling your cup for your own needs, wants, gains? Or do you want to help others and be of service? And I feel like that shift to whoever I'm speaking to right now has already been made into, yes, you're being of service. And I strongly get the message of protecting others. That's a really nice investment of energy. And it will bring you closer to those that actually can benefit from your help. However, it is coming to me quite strongly that in order to be able to help, you need to complete whatever that is here. That interest, that course, that whatever that is here, that is completing the picture of your world, needs to be, it's going to, how do I say that? It is going to be the puzzle piece of how you are helping, and how you are protecting others, and how you are delivering love to the planet. I feel like this is it. And I also feel like it's not. What is it? What else wants to be spoken through this painting? Okay. Yeah, I sense that there is going to be some sort of like an energy exchange or knowledge exchange, or taking into account the awareness of whatever it is that you're learning, whatever it is that you're educating yourself upon. It has to play a part in whatever you are bringing into the world. And it's not just what you're bringing into the world, but how you're bringing it. It's like a massive confirmation that comes from you for you. It's not something like me telling you right now. And if I am, I'm confirming to you what you already know. And if that didn't happen yet, then it will come as a confirmation retroactively. But this process of realization is going to happen organically for you, with you, within you. It's not something you will find outside. And it speaks about, it will just show you practically how much your contribution really matters to the world. And it's really, really needed. No matter how small you think it is. And even if you have any doubts, it's going to challenge those doubts, because it's going to show you that. It's interesting because I see like a very clear seeing of realizing your own value and your own contribution to the world, and that it's not just you convincing yourself that you're good enough, but you also see that there is need for what it is that you offer. But at the same time, that in itself, like coming into that frequency, is triggering any remaining doubts within you that will come to the surface in order for you to acknowledge them and choose consciously what you're going to do. Let love be the guiding factor. That's what's coming through. I feel like I could get lost in this, and for now I really do want to finish it. So